Hey guys, Peachy here. Today I'm going to show you how to download the new updates for NASCAR 2005 onto your PC. I got to give a huge shout out to NCRD Paint Shop for creating new car sets for NASCAR 2005. They create new ones for the Truck Series and the Busch Series, so you can download one of them or both of them. What you do need is to get the ISO for NASCAR 2005 on the GameCube, and you also need to get the Dolphin Emulator and the files with the textures themselves. So I can't share with you the ISO file for legal reasons, but I will leave the link for you to download the textures themselves and the Dolphin Emulator in the description down below. So I will leave those links down in the description below. So once you have your ISO file for NASCAR 2005, you do need to download the Dolphin Emulator from here. Very easy to do. And then you have to download the file with the textures themselves. So once you've downloaded all three, you want to go into the Dolphin Emulator, open up Dolphin, and then go into Graphics. And then into the Advanced tab, you're going to want to check Load Custom Textures and Prefetch Custom Textures. You want to close that out, and then you go into your Documents folder. Right here is Documents, and then Dolphin Emulator, and then you're going to want to click on Load, and then Textures. And what you do need is the zip file that the textures are included in there. So you're going to have to go into Downloads, and then you're going to have to open the CTS retexture file. Right here is GN4E69. You're going to have to transfer that file over to the Textures folder in the Dolphin Emulator, and then you want to close that out, and then you're going to want to open up the game itself. So I'll be back with opening up the game, and I'll show you all the schemes updated in just a bit. Alrighty guys, I'm back, and to show you that it works right here, let's go to Craftsman, the Truck Series, and as you can see right here, all the new paint schemes are present. Most of the fictional drivers have been replaced by new paint schemes that reflect from the real season, and there you see some others have received updates, and those include decals that were not present in NASCAR 2005 itself. For example, Bill Lester right here, he did not run Old Spice in NASCAR 2005 itself, but he did run this scheme in real life, and now the real scheme is in the game. So Bill Lester's real scheme is in the game. And there you see other reskins and updates. It's much more cleaner than it was before. No more pixelated paint schemes. It's all updated, and there you can see the fictional drivers have been replaced by the real life drivers. This truck was not in the game originally, but with the new retextures, it has now been updated. And you see the 2 has also been updated. This was also not in NASCAR 2005, and neither was this one. They were all not present in NASCAR 2005 itself, but with the new updates, the retextures, it is now possible to include these drivers that were not originally present in the game. There's the Ben Cassidy scheme, which yeah, it was not updated, but the rest of the fantasy drivers were updated with real life drivers. And now you finally have a full Truck Series field. Instead of having fictional drivers, you have real life drivers, although their fictitious names are still present. As you can see here, they didn't change the names of the real life drivers, but they do have all the real paint schemes. I'm going to scroll through all of them to show you that they all are real paint schemes. They're all real. And believe it or not, they do have the real schemes from the year that this game was run on. So there you see all the real paint schemes. Some of the and again, most of them were not in the game originally. I think this is a fictional scheme to try to fill the field. So you will see some fantasy schemes here and there too, but there are new fantasy schemes that you can run with. And then finally, the last 2 fantasy schemes, there they are. And that's the full scheme list for the Truck Series. I'll be back to show you the Busch Series schemes in just a bit. And again, now I'm back here with the Busch Series schemes. There, as you can see right here, they actually updated the Busch Series logo too. So it used to be it used to be called the National Series logo. Used to have the National Series logo there, but they updated with the Busch Series logo because it wasn't present in the game itself. So now let's take a look at all the schemes for the Busch Series that they've updated. There you see Ron Hornaday's scheme was given an update. And so was Hermie Sadler's scheme in the 02. That scheme was not present in the original game, and so they finally upgraded it. Kyle Busch's scheme was already in the game, but they've updated it as well. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. actually got a new number. He went from the number 8 to the 81, because he actually ran the 81 at Daytona in that year's race in Daytona. Number 9 with Jeff Burton, and then there's number 9 Mark Martin. They've been given upgrades. Also, the 10 was given an upgrade as well. And there you see the 12 with the Supercuts also given an upgrade. Casey Atwood's scheme upgraded. The 17 Matt Kenseth, it actually adds a new scheme in the 17. JJ Ely has a new scheme with Vigoro as its sponsor. They've updated the logo there too. Rockwell Automation was given a slight tweak for Mike Bliss. Kevin Harvick's scheme was updated as well. Miller High Life was not present in the game itself, and now it's finally present with the new reshades for the Busch Series. Kenny Wallace has his Stacker 2 paint scheme. Bobby Hamilton Jr. there, he was given a new scheme for the 25. Johnny Sauter 27. David Stremme there, updated his scheme. Paul Menard was renumbered from the 33 to the 11 because he actually ran the 11 in the Busch Series in real life during the year of the game's release. And there's Timberwolf in the 37. Timberwolf was not present in the game itself before with the reshaders, though they have finally put Timberwolf's paint scheme as in there. And they actually updated on the 46 of Ashton Lewis Jr., even though he had real schemes in the game before in real life. But yeah, the schemes are the 46 was updated. The one car is actually in the 56 under Cody Holt. It's under Cody Holt's name, but again, they couldn't replace the names of the drivers themselves. They just replaced them with replace the schemes with the real life schemes. So that's the one big upgrade that they did. There's Greg Biffle. There's that Cartoon Network logo present in Greg Biffle's car. You can actually see it now. Mike Wallace's car is in the game under Luke Nixon. Russell Hughes' car is now the 56 car, unsponsored. 66, I think that's Hank Parker Jr.'s car, or Stephen Walsh's car, I believe. Billy Parker. Billy Parker's car, it says. Billy Parker has been updated. Bart Hawkins' car was replaced by Reed Sorensen's 41 car. The 82 Randy LaJoy was given an upgrade. And the 83 Manny Brown, as you can see here, he was given a fictional scheme with UPS. Then there's Shane Kirkland's scheme replaced by Joe Nemechek's scheme in the 87. And there you see the rest of the new schemes that they've added. The 58 was included for Matkins Motorsports. The 74 was included. The 107 was replaced by the 99 of Michael Waltrip, I believe. Then there's the 28 one that was run, I think, by Jennifer Jo Cobb. If I'm not mistaken, I do remember, I think Jennifer Cobb ran this scheme at one point. Justin Labonte's paint scheme is finally in the game. Also, the 50s scheme is also in the game as well. And there you see the 6 scheme. I believe that's in Roush scheme. I think it was Aaron Crocker, if I'm not mistaken. 43's paint scheme is also in the game from Ollie's. The 39 scheme is also in the game as well. 67 paint scheme too, and then there you see the 78 paint scheme, the 91's paint scheme, the 30's paint scheme. They actually ran a 30 as well. The 35 was added. The number 8 Martin Truex Jr.'s paint scheme. That's the new number 8 with Taco Bell. 77 with the University of Maryland. The 00 Jason Leffler's scheme. And the number 90 unsponsored. The 97 as well. The 47. And then there's the 38 scheme. Casey Kane's paint scheme. The 59 paint scheme with Stacy Compton. The 55 paint scheme, I believe that's Robbie Gordon. And 168 was replaced by the 31. And then you see the 49 scheme of Derek Cope, I believe. 86 paint scheme from the Dodges, and that's it. That's all the paint schemes in the game. So that's all the updates they've made for the Busch Series and the Truck Series. So I'll leave links again to download the new reshaders and the Dolphin Emulator in the description down below. It's a very quick process. It's very easy to follow. Anyway, this is Pichu London. I'll see you guys later.